Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. That's just, oh, excuse me. Hi, it's me, Gail. I just gotta tell you, um, I'm coming to you live from my home office today. I was gonna take this outside, but it's so windy and chilly and everything. But I gotta tell you, I love inspirational quotes, and I read all this personal development stuff. I have a new book on its way, and it's called, what the heck is that book called? Where are my notes? Um, okay, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I just ordered it. What is it? It's Never mind. I'll think of it and let you know later. Anyway, I've got that ordered and it's coming. Then I've got another one that's called Dream Giver that I'm going to order. And all these are leaders from the stage that are making an incredible amount of money. And of course, please watch my income disclaimer down there. But they share with us some of their inspirational books that have inspired them. And so I have a growing list all the time of different materials that I want to read. And so at some point, I thought maybe I'd start a book review to give you some clues on some of the books that I have found most inspirational. And it's going to just drive me nuts till I remember oh, I know, GoPro. I remember, that's a good thing. GoPro by Eric Worre has inspired one of the gentlemen that I followed, Christian Haneke, um, because he was a landscaper that was struggling and just wasn't doing well at all, and his business folded, and he was exasperated like a lot of us, had success, lost success, needed some other vehicle, and he got involved with us. And so he read this book, and Eric Worre happens to be a good friend of the creators of this company. So, hey, I'm going to get this book. I'm going to read it. But there's another inspirational source behind my life, and that's laughter. I absolutely, I laugh all the time. I laugh at myself. I love to help other people laugh. And we have a tradition at Christmas time. Excuse me a second. We have a tradition at Christmas time in our family. I started a long time ago. We love calendars, and we love calendars, um, different themes. And I have two calendars that I read from. One's Daily Extra, and it has, fun stuff like top 10 popular adoptable cat names, and it gives me quotes. But my favorite calendar is the Zits calendar. And today I just got to take a minute and read this to you. It just cracked me up. And there's a story behind that too. It's Jeremy is saying something is wrong with the house phone. My call won't go through. And his dad says, did you dial A1 first? And he goes on to explain to Jeremy, you have to dial a 1 first whenever you're making a long distance call. Jeremy says, what? Since when? And Dad says, since practically the beginning of time. Mom walks in and says, what are you boys discussing? He says, Dad's childhood. What's long distance? The reason it cracks me up is because the kids in our world, they don't really know what they have in their hands right now. They don't really appreciate the technology that they have been given right out of the gate for some of them. I mean, picture this. A child born today will never know about dial-up phones unless they see it in a movie. For example, my grandson was about 4 years old. He's 19 now. And we were sitting there watching Dial M for Murder. I have no idea why I had that on for a 4-year-old. I think that's why. But anyway, we won't go there. Anyway, they, of course, dial M for murder. And he looks at me and he says, Grandma, how did they do that? Well, before I could explain it to him, he figured it out. But there may be some of you watching this that remember party lines. You're at your grandmother's house. The phone rings 3 times. She says, oh, no. That's Doris's phone. That's not our call. Or I need to make a call, but you'll have to ask Eleanor to get off the phone. She'll be on there all day if you don't ask her. Hello, Eleanor. It's Gail. It's Lillian's granddaughter. Could I have the phone for just a minute to make a phone call? They'll never know that. They'll never know about party lines. They won't know about dial-up. They won't know that there used to be a time where you actually got up and had to physically change the channels on a TV. They won't know that there was at a time where if you weren't watching TV right then and there, you would never get to see that program, that it wasn't going to come back. They'll never have seen black and white. There's just so many things that they will not have experienced. So I look back, I had a grandmother that rode on a wagon train. I had a grandmother who came across the ocean several times from England to move here. So we all have different memories of things that we did as children. But when you look to the future, our kids, our lives, it's all mobile. I operated on my phone the whole weekend. I mean, that's why we've created this blog beast, is because that's where the business is now. It's on your phones. I mean, I tease my husband all the time that I've created a serious monster in this man, because here's the deal. Hello. I'm not sure what he looks like. I have to tap him on the shoulder and say, are you my husband? I can't. I've told some kids growing up and getting ready to go into college, specialize as a chiropractor on the shoulders and the neck, because that's the society we've got now that are going to have neck issues and shoulder issues, because we're all looking down at our mobile devices, or we're taking the pictures, or we're all living on the run. We don't congregate and socialize in the same way that we used to. It's exciting when you're in the business to do that. And I found this cartoon extremely, extremely funny, because we are going into uncharted waters, but yet our kids will never know anything different. So it was I just wanted to share that viewpoint with you. But I also want to ask you a very serious question. Are you keeping up with technology? Because whether you're in the business or just out there in the world, I really encourage you to stay up on technology, because if it rushes past you and you've got kids in your life, you're not going to know what they're up to. Oh, wow. That's a scary thought, isn't it? Used to be we were worried about Facebook. Kids aren't doing Facebook anymore. My grandkids are doing Instagram or texting. Most people, I've learned through statistics I've read, don't even use their phones for conversation. Hello, anybody there? It's the thumbs, the pictures, the videos. Conversation is going to become a lost art. So I encourage you for two things today. Remember that first and foremost is the relationships that we have in our lives. And we do need to continue with conversation. But you better stay on top of the technology, because a lot of the conversation is coming through other means of communication. But remember the hugs and the love and the laughter that we share. You can't replace that with technology. So with that in mind, I'm going to pass on a smile to you. Hope you share it with somebody else, because it is so contagious. It will make somebody's day. Take care. Bye-bye.